Oh, what is going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk and a CSGO news episode for all of you guys. Imagine being just so spiteful, so angry at life that you have to hate on a female team because they're making money. Yes, we're talking about Besiktas, the female roster, facing hate and backlash all throughout the community because, yes, they won an event and they actually took place in this past weekend's DreamHack Rotterdam event as well because, well, they were given an invite by winning an event out there, that being the DreamHack Valencia Showdown. If you guys did not see this, well, it was on the Reddit because, yes, Besiktas female roster did technically make more money than crazy, but they also played an entire extra event, and somehow people were actually upset about this. Yes, Besiktas female, if you guys did see them at DreamHack Rotterdam, there were all other male teams there. They were the only female team. They were given that spot because they won the DreamHack Valencia Showdown, which was an all-female event. The winner gets $50,000. Alongside that, an invite to DreamHack Rotterdam. Does that make sense to all of you guys? Now, the upset part about this is because crazy, they also go on to win DreamHack Rotterdam and bring home $50,000. Because Besiktas, though, they placed last and still brought home 2K. People are somehow trying to compare the fact they won Valencia, a separate event, by the way, got 50K from that, an additional 2K from DreamHack Rotterdam by placing in dead last place. They made 52K, Crazy made 50K, and somehow people out there are trying to make the argument that Besiktas made more money than Crazy, and they placed dead last in the event that Crazy won. They were two separate events, and this just brings up and rehashes all the old stuff I've talked about people, especially in the CSGO scene. We've seen it somewhat in Overwatch, other esports scenes as well. People love to hate on females no matter what they do, and you wonder, as we read through Reddit and HLTV comments, if you're an up-and-comer girl gamer out there who wants to pursue CSGO, you wonder why we don't have many of them actually doing that. It's because of moments like this. So yes, I mean, my main argument, first of all, is usually when you win an event and attend another event, you might sometimes make more than a team that just only won a single event. When you play at two events, you got a pretty good chance to make more than a team that only plays at one event. Secondly, why do people care so much? Why are people so mad? I'm sure I'm going to get hate on this video. And you guys, of course, as usual, you can leave your comments down below. I'd love to argue back and forth with a few of you guys out there. But why do you care so much is the giant question. If we are trying, at least from my perspective, I love seeing female players. There are not many esports where we see any real female players out there, especially trying to get into the male scene. So when we have a one-off event, this is certainly a one-off event. Rarely do we see females be able to compete with males at tournaments. And so if this is a one-off thing, maybe we see it once a year, I'm okay with that. I actually really enjoyed seeing the competition. I will admit, their maps, yes, they could use some improvement. Not a single map they got more than 5 rounds. I'm not saying they're out here killing the game, but they're at least trying to compete, and you can't blame the team that because they won an event, what do you want Besiktas to do? Decline the invite to another event to actually make some easy money? Like, I don't get what people expect. Alongside that, if you're a hardcore fan for any other team at the event where a female team is going to, you should be quite happy because given the current circumstances, if you're a Crazy fan, a Heroic fan, Forza, a Vanguard, amongst the list, your team gets an easier pass if there's a female team there. And again, kind of trying to reiterate the fact is this: what do you want the females teams in the DreamHack Valencia Showdown to do? Do you want them to play second so they don't have to compete at the male event? Do you want them to win and then decline the invite to another CSGO event? I just don't understand the logic when it comes to some of the comments out there, and especially when you read comments like this on screen, you have to wonder if you are a younger woman trying to pursue gaming, why would you ever go into CSGO? If you look at Reddit, you look at HLTV, you see other forums out there, and you see comments like this, all for a female team who is trying to pay checks, trying to make some money, and is simply, they're doing very well in female tournaments, and just so happened one of those female tournaments sent them to a male tournament where they maybe didn't perform too well. What do you expect, though? We bounced back even further as well. Remember when Dignitas, currently I believe one of the, if not the single best female teams out there, when they just introduced their roster on YouTube, you know what happened? So much backlash for no reason whatsoever. Maybe the video was a bit cheesy, but all those dislikes just because a team, an organization announced a female roster, and I believe eventually actually dropped their male roster. Apparently all the hate went towards the announcement of an additional team out there just because they were bringing females into the esport. And also, very lastly, points out there, and again, you guys can try and argue. I'm pretty hard stood on the fact that I don't understand why all they get is all this hate out there. We understand they are underperforming, but you cannot deny them, at least the chance to try and compete and make some extra money. It's not their fault they were given that invite. We look very lastly, every single year we have IEM Katowice in the female scene, which by the way is their major. You know what the total prize pool is? It's $50K. The winner of that, Dignitas, by the way, the last 2 female majors, they take home $25,000 for their major. So we have a one-off event. That's going to be DreamHack Valencia Showdown, which by the way is a $100,000 prize pool. I believe to date, the largest prize pool ever in Counter-Strike history for an all-female event. It's a one-off, the first time we've ever seen it, and they send the female team to a male event. The winner of that tournament goes to a male event, and we're still, even though every other tournament in the history of female CS has never done this, we still find a way to be pissed off at them because they win the event and go to another tournament where there's all other male teams at and they underperform. Why are they to blame? And I get a lot of the haters probably aren't blaming the team. They, obviously it's a meme to make fun of people. HLTV forum, Reddit forum, those commenters, yeah, they have their type of way. They usually aren't very happy comments over there as well. And they usually, they take these kind of stances on these kind of issues. I'm just trying to explain there has been so much hate, especially when it comes to uprising female CSGO players, people out there who actually think these female players are not trying to improve. And when it comes time to improving, guys, and especially having, like we've seen all across esports, these young up-and-comers try and come through the esport and improve it altogether, right? We are seeing more up-and-comers, especially in male CSGO, than ever before. More 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. When it comes to female CSGO, if you want them to improve and have young up-and-comers, you got to support the young up-and-comers and you got to support the female scene. You can't have one or the other. And so it really kind of ticks my talk, and that's definitely not a term. It really ticks me off when we see all this backlash just because females chose to win an event, right? They're one of the, that being Besiktas, one of the best female rosters. They win the event. They go to an all-male event as well to try and compete. Some people were upset the fact they used a male stand-in. It's not their fault. They kicked one of their members, and they had to use a male stand-in. And it just, I don't know. It sucks to see. You guys, of course, can leave your thoughts down below. Curious what you guys think about this. I just don't understand why there has to be so much hate. If you want more from the esport in general, if you want the best for CSGO, I think I would love to see in the future, as we see with at least some professional sports out there, it's great to have both a male and a female side. And if we want them to eventually compete alongside males and at that level, you can't keep on dragging them down. I don't know. Just my 2 cents. Hope you guys all enjoy. I'll be breaking down other happier esports and gaming news here all day long. I got several videos for you guys, which I am trying to crank out for all of you. Until then, thank you for all your support, all your comments and feedback down below. I hope you guys all take care. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you back here sometime soon. Bye-bye.